be sitting down for this. For the first time ever, proof of the existence of parallel universes has been found, and with so-called tabletop experiments, named Rachel and Emily. The experiments unify a number of concepts from quantum mechanics into expressions of a single idea that the universe is participatory, and, in a number of instances, reacts directly to what we do.
The experiments involve a laser pointer fired in various pulses toward a two-way mirror, which acts as a beam splitter, sending what is called the reflection beam toward a side detection area, and the beam which continues, called the transmission beam, travels on to encounter a fan. The fan acts as a high-speed shutter system which blocks some of the pulses from passing through and allows others to continue on to hit the back wall. However, there are instances where a laser spot appears without any source, where it would have been reflected by the two-way mirror. This means the spot appears from nowhere, a more dramatic version of the behavior of a photon caught in the typical retrocausality test, where it is detected in an area where it would be expected if it changed direction after it had already passed. A video camera on a laptop captures all of the action, which makes it possible to see the results, frame by frame. Because of this, the tests are not mere thought problems or theoretical in nature. They are emphatic, reproducible proof that 1. Retrocausality experiments involve decoherence, the splitting of worlds or universes, and 2. Decoherence is not an absolute barrier between worlds but can be crossed by energy and probably matter. These facts then form the basis for how time travel could become a reality, not only in its physical context, the geometry making it possible without paradox, but in practice, the ability to travel from one branch of the universe to another. The discovery was made by internationally noted conceptual theorist and research and development engineer, Marshall Barnes, who works in the area of advanced concept science and technology. Marshall has a long history of research into the nature of time, parallel universes, and the possible physics of time travel, and is the author of the first report ever for select members of the United States Congress on the coming possibility of human time travel.
The Rachel and Emily experiments were designed to deal with the issue of retrocausality, but at the same time prove that parallel universes are real. There is nowhere else for the laser points to come from that appear out of nowhere in the film, and that pretty much proves it.
2 past articles covered related but yet to be realized concepts. A 1995 piece for New Scientist magazine by physicist John Gribben, Talking to the World Next Door, covered a proposed experiment by German astrophysicist Rainer Plage. It states, Plage suggests an experiment in which, if the photon is detected, a laser pulse would automatically be fired into an ion stored in a magnetic trap. This will excite the ion into an energetic state. But according to the many worlds interpretation, there is a finite chance that within a few seconds of the experiment's beginning, the counterpart to the ion in the version of reality where the photon did not pass through the filter, and so did not trigger the laser pulse, will be excited by its quantum entanglement with the other version of reality. So an experimenter who finds the ion to be excited even though no photon has been detected will know that this is because the laser beam was triggered in the world next door. The Rachel and Emily experiments have a similar result, with the laser hit appearing from nowhere, as if it came from a world next door. In the 1997 paper, On the Possibility to Find Experimental Evidence for the Many Worlds Interpretation of Quantum Mechanics, published in the journal Foundations of Physics, Plage revisited his idea with an abstract that states in part, a detection of this excitation in the other parallel world is direct evidence of the many worlds interpretation. The November 21, 2006 article on time travel physics, MSNBC columnist Alan Boyle quoted physicist Brian Greene saying, Causality can be changed, sending the universe down different forks in the road. You could go back and shoot your father, creating a universe where you were never born, but it wouldn't be the same universe you came from. You'd just be an alien visitor from a different reality, living out a scenario that's called the many worlds interpretation.
Retrocausality doesn't mean that the past has changed, but that the universe is split or decohered, and that in the new one, which is not the result of any superpositional state, but action from the participatory universe model that John Archibald Wheeler spoke of, which I believe is the engine, so to speak, of the branching universes of the Everett-Wheeler hypothesis. A measurement appears, it seems to indicate that something has happened that we know didn't happen. Now, that's misinterpreted as having changed the past, but instead, what has happened is that this new result appears that it's discontinuous with what we know happened before. and that's happening in the present. The fact that experiments are filmed gives us a record of what happened. And when we see a laser point or dot appear when there was no laser source for it, that's proof that it came from an original universe into a new parallel universe.
A 1991 paper from the journal Physical Review Letters, Weinberg's Nonlinear Quantum Mechanics and the Einstein-Podolsky-Rosen Paradox, by Joseph Pawelczynski, also supports the view that interworld communication is a theoretical possibility. The abstract states, I show that Weinberg's nonlinear quantum mechanics leads either to communication via Einstein-Podolsky-Rosen correlations, or to communications between branches of the wave function.
The Emily test had an added feature, a mirror where the sidewall area would be for the reflection beam. That beam would then bounce off and hit a white sheet in the opposite background. When the mystery laser hit appears, it too can be seen twice, from the initial reflection in the side mirror and hitting the white sheet in the background, which is seen in the side mirror as well. Brightening the footage consistently reveals there are no source laser hits to account for the mystery hits. It is an important exhibition of the accuracy of Marshall's McEpps formula or Marshall's Copenhagen-Everett-Barnes paradox solution. Marshall invented the formula to prove that time-related paradoxes aren't possible by running any such scenario through C of the formula for the Copenhagen interpretation, which allows only one measurement outcome per universe, which would rule out time travel paradoxes, which then would be subjected to the E for Everett-Wheeler interpretation and only be possible in a parallel universe, which would be substantiated by the B or Barnes element of the formula, which is the presentation of physical evidence that substantiates the difference between worlds. For example, any attempt to change the past is compared to the physical evidence of what the past was, so any change must take place in a parallel world. Just as in the Rachel and Emily experiments, the Barnes element preserves what the past was and shows that the world has split, with the new laser spot without a source signifying that it's happening in a new world. It should be noted that the Rachel and Emily experiments simultaneously destroy once and for all any validity to Stephen Hawking's famous chronology protection conjecture.
So this proves parallel universes are real. And since parallel universes are real, then time travel to the past is allowed and will be accomplished via parallel universes because that's the only way that it can be. Welcome to a whole new reality.